let me make you host, John, okay? Our co-host that will give you just as much privilege. And then Alexandra, he's on mute. Okay. So Teacher John, you should be able to see the waiting room. And Alexandra, you should be able to see the waiting room.
No, I can't see.
Oh, you should be able to see it now. Okay. And
Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
so you should have full privileges, John.
Sorry about.
And really quickly, Teacher John, do you have the chat function? You want that disabled? The chat function disabled?
Not particularly. No, it's okay. The guys, I know all the guys that come here, so.
Okay. Well, I know. Okay. So screen share is unchecked. Rename is unchecked. Unmute. And they can unmute. Okay. So I think it's set to what you want it to do. So.
Okay.
You have all privileges. I will just sit and listen and support you.
Hey,
So-
no worries. Okay, thanks, Teacher John. Nice to have you here, by the way.
Yeah. Likewise.
Yeah, it's
And
nice.
Teacher John, you can share this link on your page, because let me send it to you. You can actually create a quick. You can send this link if you want because you're live. You can send it to your page. And then
What
we'll share
page?
it out. Your web talk. You can because you're live right now. You're live.
Yeah,
on
okay. I
YouTube.
don't know how to do that, but
So
anyway.
yeah. So
Okay.
anyways, you can.
I don't know how to do that. Actually.
Just create a post. I sent you the link. Yeah, I sent you the link. You just have to just make a
right.
separate post. Yeah,
All
so
right,
just
I
copy
see,
the
okay.
link. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll do that right now, and then we'll get on with it. Sorry about this.
Yeah.
It's all a bit
Oh yeah. Last minute. I spurted on you the last minute, so so you're like, why not?
Here we go. Right, I've shared it. Yeah,
and then
post.
people
There
can
you
actually
go.
watch you.
Okay,
You're good.
I've posted it on WebTalk.
Cool.
Okay, right. We're probably going to have a bit of a. We're not going to have so many people because they're going to get a little bit confused, but no worries. I'll have to
Myself.
yeah, they're going to get a little bit confused. I think. Not to
What
worry.
you did is you edited the post, right, to join the. You didn't
Yeah.
make a new post. Okay, yeah.
No,
then,
no,
then they should just see it. Yeah. Unless they've already written it down or something. Oh, there you go. You
I
got other
did make a
people
new
joining.
post actually. Sorry.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. Not to worry. Not to worry. Let's have a look.
Okay. Okay. They're all gonna see it, I'm sure.
Yeah, they'll get here, no doubt.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's have a look at this, right? Again, today we're going to do phrasal verbs. Okay, so how to use phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs are very important, as we know. They're used very regularly in English. In fact, we use them all the time without even realizing. But putting these phrasal verbs into context in a sentence is going to help you to understand how to use them, okay? And remember, they can be used in different ways depending on the context, okay? So here we go. Use a main verb from the first box and a preposition from the second box to create the answers below, okay? There's the verb and there's the prepositions here. Okay, any pronoun, okay, that has been put between, that has to be put between the main verb and the prepositions put in brackets right here. Okay, so go and wake him up. It's nearly 9 a.m. Okay, so wake up is the phrasal verb. All right. Okay. And there's the pronoun in between right there. Okay. So we don't always have to do that. It's only if it's in brackets. Okay. So let's have a look at the first sentence here. John, some phrasal verb, his mother in many ways, they are very similar. So John, okay, let's have a look. What does John, if you look like your parents or you're very similar to your parents, what do they say?
To take?
Take
Take
is the
after.
right. Take after. Yeah, very good.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to shut the window. There's a lot of traffic and it's rather noisy. So there you go. Okay, it's all good here. Okay, so let's have a look. Takes after. Okay. So when you take after someone, okay, you are similar to them. Okay, whether it be your mother or whomever. So there we go. So let's listen and repeat. Okay, as always, we're going to break this down into clauses if it's a long sentence. So I want you to listen now and repeat listen very intently, very carefully. Okay, trying to get the music of English, trying to get the rhythm. Okay, listen to my pronunciation. You know this, guys. You've been in my classes long enough to understand what you have to listen for. And remember also that I weaken some forms. All right, I weaken some forms, which are the function words generally. Okay, not all the time. It depends. You'll get the message. Okay, so let's repeat this part. Okay, John takes after his mother in many ways. Repeat. They are very similar. Okay, you listen. Be like an actor. Remember, okay, you have to emulate. You have to try to be like an echo, like a recording. Okay, you are a recording of my voice, the tone, the music. I need you to sound the same, to try to sound the same. This is how you're going to improve everything, okay, your speaking skills, as far as your speaking skills are concerned. Okay, let's continue. Before the ship could something, the phrasal verb, before the ship could, the crew had to wait for a late passenger. Okay, before the ship could
Leave.
leave, yeah, it could be leave, but let's have a look at a preposition that might go with that. Is there a preposition that would match that? So before the ship could leave, that's not a phrasal verb on its own. Okay, that's just the verb. So we need to add a preposition. Now, leave off, no, leave on, leave up, leave into, leave in. No, it's not leave, okay?
Leave
The wrong
away.
answer. Okay,
Move away.
say that again.
Move.
Away.
Move. Move is the right verb. Move.
Away.
Before the ship could move, and what's the preposition?
Off.
On.
Move off. Very good. Excellent. Fantastic. Okay. So before the ship could move off, the crew had to wait for a late passenger. Okay, so let's just repeat this part, okay, up to this first clause in the sentence, okay? So listen very carefully and repeat. Okay, you're an actor. You have to sound British. Okay, that's how you get the accent and the pronunciation. So here we go. Before the ship could move off, the crew had to wait for a late passenger. Before the ship could move off, the crew had to wait for a late passenger. Okay, listen. Had to wait for a late passenger. I've weakened this form and I've weakened this form. Listen again. The crew had to wait for a late passenger. Had to wait for a late passenger. Good. Okay, excellent. You get them. You get the idea, right? Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next sentence. Okay. Feeling bored in prison, a lot of prisoners decide to something phrasal verb, a new hobby or interest. So, okay, what do you do when you begin a new hobby?
Work.
Work? No, that's the wrong answer. Okay, it's one of these verbs here.
Comes up.
Comes up. No. Comes up a new hobby or interest? No.
New offer.
I can't hear you. After.
New offer.
Okay, no. I'll give you the verb, and I want you to give me the preposition.
Put on.
There's the verb. Now then,
Take.
there's
Take off.
take off a new hobby or interest.
Oh
or
yes.
is
Taking
Just-
two could be.
Take up to start.
take up. Okay.
Yes.
You take up when you begin a new hobby, you take up
Yes.
a
Yes.
new
Yes.
hobby. Okay. So let's go to the parts where we're going to listen and repeat. Okay. We're going to just say this part. Feeling bored in prison. A lot of prisoners decide to take up a new hobby or interest. Listen to the pronunciation of this word, bored. I want that long or sound, okay? That long vowel sound. That's going to be typical British sound, okay? Bored. Feeling bored in prison, repeat. A lot of prisoners decide to take up. Repeat. A lot of prisoners decide to take up a new hobby or interest. Okay, we can form. A lot of prisoners decide to take up. Okay, we can form. All right. This is what you have to listen for, guys. Okay. This is what's going to make you sound very natural when you're speaking English. And why do we have the conforms? It's to keep the rhythm, because we have to keep the rhythm of the time stressed language. Okay, and that's how we do it. It makes it easier for us to get from one word to the next also. Okay, let's move on to the number 4. Okay. I lost my wallet, but went to the police station where someone had, we have to use this, okay, between the phrasal verb. So someone had, and we have to conjugate the verb here into past tense.
Drop.
Dropped it off. You could say, I lost my wallet, but went to the police station where someone had dropped it off. Yeah, you could say that, Aunt Rita. That would work, okay? That would work, but it's not the right answer, okay? When you find something, what do? Okay, I'm going to give you the preposition here, and I want you to tell me the verb. Hand in.
Hand.
Okay, conjugate
Yes.
the verb.
Yes.
Handed. Okay, past tense. All right, so someone had handed it in. Okay, so okay, handed it in.
Handed it means yani
given it in.
over.
Somebody's given it in. Somebody's handed it in to the police. They found
Smith.
it.
Shall we distribute?
Okay, they found the wallet and they handed it in to the police station. Okay, good. Lucky, because that never usually happens. And if it does, I guarantee there'll be no money inside of it. Okay. All right. Right, now then, let's move on to number 5. The most dangerous part of a flight is when the plane is what happens when a plane leaves the runway?
Take off. Take off.
Take
Take
off.
off. Yes, take off.
So is it right if I say the most dangerous part of a flight is when the plane is take off?
Taking off.
Taking off. Good. Okay, excellent. Taking off. Okay. Oh, we forgot to do the pronunciation of this sentence here. Let's go back again, guys. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to say this. I'm just going to separate this, okay? I'm going to separate, even though there's no punctuation, I'm still going to separate it because it's too long to remember, okay? Listen and repeat. I lost my wallet, but went to the police station. Where someone had handed it in. Where someone had handed it in. Listen how that sounds, okay? We have consonant, vowel, linking. Twice. Oh, sorry about that. Okay. So I've done what I've done there. Okay, let's just do that again. Right, so handed, oh God. Handed it in, all right? So listen how that sounds. We have consonant vowel linking. So we're going to push these 3 words together to make them sound like one word. Listen. Handed it in. Repeat. Handed it in. Okay. A little bit of a tongue twister there. Right. The most dangerous part of a flight is when the plane is taking off. I didn't know that, but there you go. Okay, listen and repeat. The most dangerous part of a flight is when the plane is taking off. Dangerous. Listen how I pronounce that, okay? I really stress it, okay? Dangerous, because it's an important...
John, there is some troubles with your volume today. Maybe you have to adjust your volume, yeah, because your voice is not so... Yeah.
How about now? Is that better?
It's better now, yes, thank you.
Oh, good. Okay, I don't know what's happened with my screen. One moment, I'm going to come back to that. Something really strange has happened. What's all this stuff here? Get rid of that. Boom. Okay, right. Now then, let's continue. Can you hear me better now, Aunt Rita?
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Oh, I'm really sorry. You should have said earlier. Sorry. Okay. Right. I had a few minutes and I was in the area. So I decided to, okay, so if you're going to visit someone, okay, you're in the area and you decide to visit your friends. So I had a few minutes and I was in the area. So I decided to visit, okay, it's visit, but I want the phrasal verb.
Drop. Yes, I
This is
think
drop in. Drop in.
Drop in.
drop in.
Drop in or drop round, okay? Well, you can use both. You can say drop in or you can say drop round. I decided to drop round. I will say drop in, okay? All right, very good. Drop in, excellent. Okay, So let's listen and repeat, okay? We're going to say the whole sentence, all right? So listen very carefully. You're an actor. You have to sound like me, okay? I had a few minutes and I was in the area, so I decided to drop in. One more time. I had a few minutes and I was in the area, so I decided to drop in. Remember what we've learned, okay? When we make this O sound, as in so, and the next word begins with a vowel sound, a vowel or a vowel sound, then we add an intrusive consonant right here. So I don't say so I say so why. Can you hear the what sound between? Listen again. So I decided to drop in. So I decided to drop in. Weakened form. Okay, good. Right. Let's move to number 7. All right. Even though this is a long sentence, okay. Even though this is a film about politics, the writer manages to something, many references to football, which I thought very strange. Okay. What's happening? Right.
Teacher John, there is a interruption.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. Okay, even though there is a film of, this is a film about politics, the writer manages to something, many references to football, which I thought very strange. Okay, so manages to many references. Oh, this is a difficult one, okay? Even for native speakers would have to look at this. Okay, I'm going to help you with this one. The first one is the verb is to work. Work something. The writer manages to work many. Well, what is the preposition? Work.
Walk away.
I can't hear you. You have to speak very clearly. Work. No. Have a guess.
I think work away.
Work on.
Work on. Let's have a look.
No.
The
no.
writer manages to work on many references. It could sound right, Rita, but
Yeah.
working is the answer. Okay,
In.
working. Yes,
In.
you work something in. I'm going to work it into the reference, the conversation. So that's quite a difficult one. Okay, so don't worry. But remember, okay, I hope you're writing these down, guys, or taking a screenshot. Okay, let's do the spoken part. Okay, I'm going to just say this part here because it's a clause on its own. Okay, listen and repeat. Listen very carefully. Even though this is a film about politics, the writer manages to work in many references to football. Which I thought very strange. Okay, look, this is how I say that. This is okay, why does it sound like one word? Consonant, vowel, linking. Push these 3 words together. Listen, even though this is a film about politics, this is I don't pronounce this t sound right here because usually at the end of a word, if the next word begins with a consonant and the last word the previous word ends with either t or d, we usually elide it. Well, we always do with t or d, okay? And with many other consonant sounds as well. So, a film about politics. Repeat, a film about politics. Let's do that whole thing. Even though this is a film about politics, the writer manages to work in many references to football.
Teacher John.
Yes. 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 Sorry.
Sorry to bother you in the middle again, Teacher John, but there is a problem with your voice. We cannot listen you clearly.
Can you hear me, Aunt Rita?
Yes, I can hear you. I can
it
hear
must
you.
be
Yes.
your connection, Noreen.
Teacher
Only
John, Teacher
one
John,
sentence and
mic's
afterward.
Your mic's cutting in and out, Teacher John, a little bit.
Is it?
There's portions that were cutting out.
Only portions. Okay, don't worry about that.
It's not a huge deal. It's not a huge deal.
Okay, good. As long as you can, if I repeat it a couple of times, I'm sure you'll get it, okay?
Yeah.
That's because the internet is probably slow for some strange reason. Okay. The writer manages to work in many references to football. To football. Repeat. Which I thought very strange. Okay, good. Okay, let's have a look here. He, okay, a lot of money when his rich French uncle died a couple of years ago. What happens when you inherit a lot of money?
You win a lottery. Yeah.
Okay, there's the phrasal verb. So we need to conjugate. I'll let you know because it's past tense. Okay, something a lot of money when his rich French uncle died. I'll give you the preposition there, right? Okay.
Put into.
Come into.
Can't hear you, Aftab. Your microphone's bad, mate. Could you say it again, Aftab? Please?
Put into.
Put into. No, that's not right. He's
come
put into. Sorry, Aunt Rita. Came into. Yes. Okay. So to come, came into. That's the phrasal verb. He came into. Okay. There you go. He came into a lot of money when his rich French uncle died a couple of years ago. Okay, let's break this down. Okay, let's just say to there. Okay, sorry, to here, to money. Okay, I'm just going to repeat up to there. He came into a lot of money. Repeat. When his oh, I get my words right. See, it's even native speakers make mistakes, guys. Okay. When his rich French uncle died a couple of years ago. Let's say the whole thing. Listen and repeat. He came into a lot of money when his rich French uncle died a couple of years ago. Into a becomes into a lot of money when his rich French uncle died a couple of years ago. Weakened forms everywhere. Okay, so listen very carefully. Let's go to the next one. The doctor was urgently while at the party. The doctor was something urgently while at the party.
To call.
Yes. Okay, we need past tense.
Past tense,
And we need called. And we need a preposition.
On.
Call up, possible?
Called
Oh.
off. He was called off. No, it does sound like it could be that, Nico.
No,
But
call
the
up.
doctor was
Call on.
called
Up.
Calling on.
okay, he's at a party, so he's going to have to leave the party. So what would have to happen? He would have to be called
Away.
away. Exactly. Okay. He's called away. Okay. Right. Okay, that's good. Very good. But let's do the whole sentence. Okay, it's only a short sentence. Listen very carefully. Here we go. The doctor was called away urgently while at a party. While at the party.
Called or calling?
The doctor was called away urgently while at the party. He wasn't
Doctor.
calling away, Alexandra. He was called away because he had a call on his phone. He had to go urgently to a patient. He was called
Yes.
away. Okay.
It's a passive structure.
Yes. Right. One more time. Listen and repeat. The doctor was called away urgently while at the party.
The doctor was called away urgently while at the party.
Okay, yeah.
I can't do the accent very well, Teacher John.
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry, I didn't
I
hear
was trying to do it in a BBC accent, but I failed. The
Okay, give
doctor
it-
was called away urgently while at the party.
Yes, that's very good, Grant.
I don't want to mess their minds up if I say called away. You know, the
Yes.
called is you have that.
Doctor. Okay,
Yeah,
so the difference.
I say called. I go called. You say called.
Okay, then pronounce it as you would, Teacher Grant. In
I would
America.
say the doctor was called away urgently while at the party.
Party. Okay.
Party.
Right.
Well,
very good.
wow, you got the American accent down, John. The way you said party.
The
you
doctor,
like
was,
party.
the doctor was called away urgently while at the party.
Yeah. Americans are very lazy. We don't emphasize so much. I say the doctor was called away urgently while at the party.
Yeah, very different. Okay, guys. So you can hear with Teacher Grant here. First of all, he's going to pronounce this R on doctor. And
Yeah,
I would say
doctor.
no R, because
Yeah,
British English is non-rhotic, as we know, and we don't pronounce the R
Yeah,
at
doctor,
the end
doctor,
of words.
doctor.
Okay, my kind of British English, not all.
Yeah.
Some British accents, it is rhotic, okay, especially in the West Country. But okay, so yeah, let's look at the differences between American and English with just this sentence, and then we'll move on to the last sentence. Okay,
Sure, Teacher John.
doctor.
Doctor.
Okay, doctor. Right. Called away. Called away.
Called away
Okay. Urgently.
urgently.
Yeah, you pronounce the R, whereas I didn't. Listen. Urgently.
Urgently.
Yeah, you can hear the R when you pronounce it in American. And
Yeah, very light.
this
though.
is a very British sound in the word party. That R
It is.
sound. Party.
Party.
Party. Very quick.
Now,
Okay.
if I were to try to say it in the British way, I'd say hold on. Party.
Party. Party.
Party. Humor us with the American way, John. Teacher John, can you say party? Like
Party.
an American?
Party. Wow,
That's
what's
cool.
that?
Because when
Is
you
that okay?
say you sound American, John. Yeah. Say it
Yeah,
one more
man.
time. Say party.
Party.
Yeah. Oh
Party.
my God. Yeah.
It's
So-
easy.
so
All I
Teacher
have to do is
John-
just miss
Yeah.
out the
So Teacher John,
okay?
can you say that sentence in the American way?
The doctor was called away urgently while at the party.
That's awesome.
You are a perfect actor,
didn't-
Teacher John. A perfect actor.
Yeah, you
Yes. Congratulations. Yeah.
This is just proof
Now,
that
Rita, I
when
want to.
say,
I don't want to go too far off Teacher John's
No, no.
lesson.
when I say listen and repeat, you can see that I can imitate an American accent because I listen to Teacher Grant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
I
also
totally
have to
agree with
remember
you.
the accent really doesn't matter per se as long as it's being pronounced right or correctly.
Exactly. Yes.
You know, the only reason I would say if you want an American accent, my question is, oh, what movie are you auditioning for? You know, what's the movie? What's the commercial? You know, Hugh Jackman is from Australia, right? And he played
Yes,
Wolverine
exactly.
for 10 years, right? You guys know who
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman is, right? Wolverine and X-Men? You guys
Wolverine,
know
yeah.
that actor?
Yeah,
Everybody
it's in
thought, well, first everybody thought he was from London, but he's not even from London. He's not even from the UK. He's from clear
No,
on the other side of the world. He's from Australia.
yeah. I think the Australian accent is more similar to British
Australia.
English than American is.
It is Australia. I'm Australian. I can't do it. Down
Australia,
under.
yeah.
The Wallybag. I don't know. I can't imitate that very well.
Okay,
All right.
guys, let's finish this.
Carry on,
okay?
Teacher John. Sorry.
Let's finish this. Okay, that we have one more phrasal verb to find. Okay, and one more sentence, and then what we're going to do, we're going to, as usual, read every single one. I do that for two reasons. One, so that you can remember how to use the phrasal verb, and secondly, to remind you of how to sound more natural, like Teacher Grant sentences. The accent's not really necessary to get perfect, okay, as long as you're understood. But in my classes, because of my method of teaching, it's very difficult to keep your accent because I'm actually, my method involves techniques that change, that manipulate, that soften your accent. So let's do this last one, okay? I was so tired last night that something in front of the TV. I was so tired last night that in front of the TV. This is quite a difficult one. When you go to sleep, what happens? Okay, I'll give you the it's quite difficult, so I'm going to give you the preposition. So
Dropped off.
Yes, drop off.
I wouldn't even say that. I was learning something. I was like, what would I say?
Yeah,
No,
it's true.
but-
It's right. I dropped off. Okay.
Dropped off.
So it is past tense. So dropped off.
Dropped. 2 P's, Teacher
Oh.
John.
Yeah.
The red tells you all. The red is my lazy way. I'm a horrible speller. I rely
I am
on
as
on
well. I sometimes make mistakes, but no one's perfect. Okay.
No. That's
Hey,
why
listen,
I rely on the underline.
English is notoriously difficult to pronounce. I don't know how we even learn it, in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
Let's
know,
do
in
the
American
pronunciation.
English, we would say fell asleep. Or oh, sorry, I dropped off. Dropped off means fall asleep, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Or
because
fell
we're
asleep.
using a phrasal verb. We're using a
Okay.
preposition.
Dropped off.
So if I said fell asleep, that
It
wouldn't
crashed
be a
out. I guess we'd say we crashed out.
crashed out. Crashed out is another
mean-
good one. Okay, that's another
Okay.
phrasal verb.
You guys used it. Okay, good. Okay, crushed. That was gonna say,
Okay.
what would we say? Go, carry on, Teacher John. Sorry.
No, that's good to Teacher Grant, because the guys need to learn that, as I said, there are many phrasal verbs that we could use here.
Crashed
You could
out,
say
dropped off. What else would we say?
crashed out, dropped off, nodded off. Nodded off. Okay.
Never heard that before.
Yeah, when
Dozed
you
off.
nod.
Dozed off.
No,
Dozed off.
Dozed off.
Dozed
nodded
off.
crashed out, dropped off.
Dropped off and dozed off. Dozed off might be more proper. Crashed
Dozed
out,
off.
more slangish, more
Slang,
like
yeah.
kind of
Crash outs is
Slang.
slang, yeah. So
dozed
dropped
off
off,
because
okay.
doze actually means doze actually means to in a state of falling asleep.
yeah,
you know,
dozing.
dozed
When
off.
you're dozing, you're not really asleep, you're just going to sleep.
Yeah.
Sonnecchiare, sonnecchiare.
In Italiano, sonnicchiare.
Sonnecchiare, yes.
Okay.
Sonnecchiare.
Hey, you know, we get everything in this class, teacher Grant, even other languages besides English. How about that?
There we go.
Multicultural, yay! And Aunt Rita helps me because I'm learning Italian. So thank you, Aunt Rita. Right, let's do the pronunciation for this sentence, okay? I'm going to do the whole thing. Are you ready? I was so tired last night that I dropped off in front of the TV. Dropped off. Toff. Sounds like I'm saying toff, okay? Dropped off. Because we have consonant vowel linking again, okay? Catenation. All right, let's have a look at the answers, shall we? Boom. Oh, hang on a moment. That can't be right. Something handed it in. No, that's correct. Okay.
There are one space between it and
yeah, there's a space.
Yeah.
Da-na-na-na. Okay, right. Well, the answers are right. Okay, as you can see, there's a reason for that. Taking off. Oh, that's right. Handed it in. That's right.
Number 10, incorrect.
Yeah. Check it after the off. There is no space after taking off.
We are right. Okay. Okay, we are right. Okay, look, you can see it's just where I've
another F, teacher John. Drop it off.
Yeah. There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. My pleasure.
Right. They're all correct anyway. Okay.
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah.
Don't believe don't believe this ESL lounge thing. It's wrong. Okay. All right, guys. Hey, let's now then. This is the part I'm going to read the whole sentence. Okay. Well, actually, I'm going to break the ones that have clauses. I'll break them down. Otherwise, I'll just read the whole thing. Okay. Here we go. John takes after his mother in many ways. They are very similar. Before the ship could move off, the crew had to wait for a late passenger. Feeling bored in prison, a lot of prisoners decide to take up a new hobby or interest. I lost my wallet, but went to the police station where someone had handed it in. The most dangerous part of a flight is when the plane is taking off. I had a few minutes and I was in the area, so I decided to drop in. Even though this is a film of, even though this is a film about politics, the writer manages to work in many references to football, which I thought very strange. he came into a lot of money when his rich French uncle died a couple of years ago. The doctor was called away urgently while at the party. I was so tired last night that I dropped off in front of the TV. Boom. Yes. Guys, that was amazing. Okay, I'm really, my speaker's not working properly again, is it? One moment, let me just try to sort this out. Exit full screen. Let me just, why is that not working? Oh, guys, where are you?
Can you see us, Teacher John?
Yeah, there you are. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
It's saying here that my speaker's not working.
It was all messages, Teacher John. It's okay now.
Oh, thank you, Noreen. Hey, Teacher Grant, thanks for coming today, you know, and putting this up live. I really appreciate that. I think we should do this more often, you know, because it's great for the guys to hear you speaking as well, you know, so they can hear the difference in accents and, you know, pronunciation.
Yeah. Definitely. I'll just remember to say "porty" next time.
Yeah.
You know, there's some words, as you even found yourself, you can actually say in you can say the word in an American way. It's the biggest difference is really the emphasis on the word, like how emphasized you're speaking. You know, party, we're very lazy. Party, right? Party.
Party. Yeah. I think also it depends where you're from in the UK, Teacher Grant, because Londoners are notoriously lazy with their speech. In London, for example, you know, my children, I lived in London for 20 years and my kids were born there. They speak rather differently than I do, okay? Because they went to school, they were influenced by their peers at school. So they have a different accent than I do. I speak with, I would say, a modern RP, okay? Or let's just say BBC English or general British English, okay? That's what I speak with. It's a bit of a misconception when people say BBC English, because the BBC actually employ people from all over the country nowadays, whereas before they didn't. So they would speak very, very clearly, very, very with an RP accent. Okay, so I have essentially a contemporary RP accent. It's not actually RP, because no one speaks like that anymore, apart from Prince Charles, of course, you know. So yeah, but in London, they have a much more relaxed way of speaking, and I can easily speak like that because I lived there for 20 years, and I come from an area far from London, you know. So our accents are very close anyway. And if I decided to glottalize all my T's and not pronounce my THs, then I would sound like a Londoner. For instance, Londoners would say, instead of saying mother, brother, father, it would sound like this: mother, brother, father. They use a V sound instead of a V sound, okay? They don't use, Londoners don't need the TH sound. It doesn't exist in London, okay? They don't need it. They just throw it out the window. Let's get rid of that TH sound. We don't need it. We say
Mother.
mother, brother.
Mother.
Okay.
We say mother. Ours is a letter
Mother.
tone. Mother, mother, father,
Yeah,
brother,
pronounce
sister.
the R, of course, because you speak with a rhotic accent. So that means you
Yeah.
pronounce the R, whereas we never pronounce the R at the end of words.
We had a native teacher come in to not a native teacher. We had a non-native teacher. She was on holiday or on vacation, and he was teaching them uncle, the word uncle, but he was teaching them to say uncle.
Yeah.
It was so bad. Not even, I was like, is that a British accent to say uncle? I was like, no.
Yeah, it would be.
And
It
even
would
the
be from the north, Teacher Grant. He would have been from the
Oh,
north. Of
really?
England. So they would say uncle. Me
So-
uncle
No,
Peter.
it wasn't even like that. It was just it was like uncle. Everyone said
maybe not.
uncle.
I don't know.
uncle. Yeah. Anyways, short and sweet, bless the Chinese English teacher, wanted to say something, but is afraid to, especially when you're a non-native English teacher, right?
Sure.
As a Chinese teacher, it's even worse because they're already not sure if they're saying something right or if they're right or wrong. So she went to me and said, Grant, is this the correct way to say this word, uncle? I was like, what? Well, what are you trying to say? Uncle. I say, yeah, uncle. So yeah, the teacher was teaching them wrong. And so the teacher came back like a week later and he's like, everyone, what's this? Mother, father, brother, sister. Then she pointed to uncle. And the kids are like, uncle. She's like, what? Uncle. These
I'm
are
sorry, I don't
5
mean to
years
laugh,
old.
but
And
sometimes
it
it
drove
can
her
be quite
crazy.
amusing without, because they
Yeah,
don't.
so
they don't
it drove her
know.
absolutely crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. This
Okay.
is the thing,
Well,
having
you
a
give me the
strong
word,
accent.
Teacher John. Yeah. Those teachers who pretend to be teachers or students who are told, all you
well,
got to do is dance like a monkey.
I suppose it helps.
Eh,
It doesn't matter whether you're a professional tutor or not. I mean, if you want,
Well,
you
actually,
can
one
still help
teacher.
people. You can still help. Okay, you can still help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a wrong way and a right way, and I'm not trying to discourage anyone in this room who practices English together. This is not in any way to discourage you guys, so please don't misunderstand me. I'm specifically speaking for those who really can't speak it, who are just learning, like at the beginning stages. There was a teacher from Spain, Teacher John. My other co-teacher, my other English teacher said, "Oh yeah, this teacher doesn't speak English. No, doesn't understand English." I said, "What do you mean? You have an English teacher that doesn't understand English?" I was like, "What do you mean? Like that doesn't logically make any sense." And she said, "I mean what I just said. He doesn't understand English." So I went to him. It gets worse, Teacher John. This is just your head's gonna. I'm gonna give you a headache. I'm gonna
no.
throw a
I find it
headache at your
fascinating.
way.
Do you know
Not
what I
intentionally,
think is amazing, Teacher Grant? Is
but
that, sorry, these people do mean well. They have the right intention. They have the good heart. They have good intentions, except that they don't actually realize that they can't speak English. They don't realize it themselves, and unfortunately it
no, but he
does
literally told me he
reflect
didn't
on the
understand what he was saying.
students.
Like, I asked him very basic questions, something that Alexandra could understand, Tab could understand, that Selena and your students here could understand. So why did you come to China? Huh? And I said, no, what did you do? I said, what did you do before coming to China? What? Your job. What did you do before you taught in China? What?
Wow.
And then my another English teacher who was listening in, the one who told me he didn't understand, is like, your job in Spain. What did you do? Oh, I was blah blah blah, and we're like inside our head, like, right.
Because if
He
you
was a
if you
white
can
face.
imagine, Teacher Grant, if you can imagine, if you said to someone that didn't have very good English, you know, and you said, "What did you do before you came to China or the UK? What did you do?" And they might say, "Well, I got on the plane, I had something to eat, and then I get." But no, you're referring to their work. So we know that by context of what we're talking about. We bring it into
Yeah,
context.
exactly.
But yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
you
So
know,
just stories of China, you know, the people who, and that he actually was studying. The reason why he was there is he was a face. They needed a face. And sadly, in
face.
some countries, he was a face, right? He was a white guy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say.
All right. He was
So,
a face. Yeah.
and he was only there for like 2 weeks. And then I remember we're having a meeting, right? And the Chinese teacher was translating for us, right? And we all could understand her perfectly. She
Yeah.
translated very well. There was no Ching, I mean, a little bit of Chinglish here and there, but you got the idea. She told us exactly what we needed to know, and we were all able to understand it. He's looking at her like, and she's not freaking out, but she has this worried look like, "Did you guys understand me?"
Wow.
I said, "Summer, listen carefully. Your English is better than his English. You can speak English better than he can." "Really?" "Yes,
Yeah.
really."
Like I said, you know, they all have good intentions, but at the end of the day, it's a language, you know, and it is necessary, at least if you want to teach the language, to be able to speak it. I mean, yeah, that goes without saying, you know.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's not fair on the learners. Do you understand what I mean? It's not fair because they don't have, they are oblivious to the fact. If you teach them incorrectly, they don't know that they've been taught incorrectly. So it gets instilled into their mind, their memory, and then it's hard to take that away, you know, and to help them after. So, hey, Aftab, are you okay?
Yes, I was driving.
You're dozing off there.
Yes, driving
You're
suddenly.
dozing off.
Yes. I worked a lot today. I was harvesting today the wheat crop, so I was tired.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep now. Yes.
What do you think about today's class? Were you joining in? I hope you were listening and repeating as everyone.
Yes. Today class was nice and superb. It was a good class today. Yes. Good one.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for coming along, everyone. Okay. Hey, Grant, Teacher Grant, I'm going to call it a day because we don't want this to carry on too long. These guys,
of course,
might be
especially
busy.
so
you know, we've been
you
going
give
for
the
an
word,
hour.
you say
We've
goodbye to
done an hour,
YouTube. I will
so-
stop the stream.